Money is something that everyone needs and wants, but not everyone knows how to get it or keep it. Some people seem to have a natural talent for making money, while others find it difficult and confusing. Most of us are still trying to figure out the best way to handle our finances, but a few people have become really good at it. In this video, we will explore the different ways people think about money and the important lessons we can learn about what it really means to be wealthy. We'll also start with a story from Hindu mythology that gives us a deeper understanding of true wealth. Money as just numbers on a page, something you calculate with spreadsheets or a math problem that needs solving. But the truth is, accurate money decisions aren't made on calculators. They happen around the dinner table, influenced by feelings like pride, fear, and past experiences. Money isn't just about cold calculations, it's deeply connected to people's feelings. For example, imagine a family sitting down to discuss their budget. They might start with numbers, but soon the conversation could shift to worries about not having enough, pride in their achievements, or fear of losing what they have. These emotions play a big role in deciding to spend or save. Your behavior matters more than your knowledge. When it comes to money, how you act, how you think and make decisions has a bigger impact on your financial success than how much you know. This idea is explored in the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, which makes us look at money differently. Let's dive into the interesting and relatable ways people handle money. Your financial DNA. Their unique experiences shape everyone's relationship with money. You're not strange if you think differently about money than others. Everyone has their own financial DNA. We all come from different backgrounds, with parents who taught us different lessons about money. We grew up in different times and places, with different opportunities and challenges. This shapes how we see money and how we handle it. The impact of experiences. Let's take a closer look at how different experiences shape our views on money. For example, people born in the 1970s saw the stock market grow a lot, so many of them think investing in the stock market is a good idea. On the other hand, people born in the 1950s saw the stock market struggle when they were young, so they might be more cautious or even avoid investing. People born in the 1960s experienced high inflation, when prices rise quickly, which made them more aware of how inflation can hurt their money. In contrast, those born in the 1990s didn't experience inflation the same way, so they might not be as concerned about it. These early experiences with things like the stock market and inflation play a big role in shaping how people think about investing and making financial decisions. Each person uses the knowledge they have and the way they see the world, shaped by their parents and life experiences, to make sense of their financial choices. Even if they make mistakes or lack information, their decisions make sense to them at the time. No one is truly crazy when it comes to money. Housel argues that while some people do strange things with money, no one is truly crazy. We all have different perspectives, and there's no one right way to manage money. Our financial decisions are shaped by our life experiences and how we see the world, not just by logic or math. This means that what seems like a bad financial decision to one person might make perfect sense to another. For example, one person might choose to save every penny they earn, while another might spend more freely to enjoy life. Neither approach is wrong, it just depends on how each person views money. The power of compounding. Warren Buffett's secret. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, didn't become wealthy overnight. His net worth of $84.5 billion mostly came after he turned 60. This is because Buffett started investing at a young age and let his money grow over time through a process called compounding. What is compounding? Compounding is when you earn interest on your money, and then you earn interest on that interest. Let's say you invest $1,000 at an 8% interest rate. After a year, you'd earn $80 in interest. The next year, you'd earn interest on $1,080, your original investment plus the interest, giving you even more money. Compounding can lead to huge gains over time, but it doesn't always make sense to people immediately. Buffett understood this early on. He started investing at age 10, and by the time he was 30, he had already made $1 million. The importance of starting early. Imagine if Buffett had spent his early wealth on luxury cars and vacations like many young people. If he had started investing at age 30 instead of 10, he might only have about $11.9 million today, far less than his current $84.5 billion. The wealth Buffett built in his early years and his long time as an investor are the main reasons for his success. Although Buffett is a skilled investor, his real secret is time and the power of compounding. It's like planting a tree. The earlier you plant it, the bigger it grows. Comparing Warren Buffett and Jim Simon. While Buffett is the richest investor ever, he's not the best regarding average returns. Jim Simons, a hedge fund manager, has earned much higher returns, 66% yearly since 1988. But Simon's net worth is only $21 billion, which is much less than Buffett's. Why is that? Housel explains that Simon started investing seriously at age 50, so he didn't have as many years to let his money grow through compounding. If Simons had started investing as early as Buffett, he might have been even richer. This shows how important compounding is. It can create massive wealth over time. But many people focus too much on short-term gains and overlook the power of long-term growth. Why patience pays off in investing. In life, and especially with money, it's more important to focus on steady, long-term growth than on making quick profits. People often get discouraged by short-term losses, but over time, things usually improve. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You have to be patient and give them time to grow. The balance between optimism and pessimism. When it comes to money, we often tend to be pessimistic. We worry about losing money or facing financial disasters, but if we look at the big picture, things generally get better over time. Why do we lean toward pessimism? It's because bad news gets our attention faster than good news. For example, a 40% drop in the stock market will make headlines and cause panic, while a slow 140% gain over 6 years might go unnoticed. Think about medical advancements. Over the past 50 years, they've saved millions of lives, but we often pay more attention to sudden disasters like plane crashes or terrorist attacks. Positive changes happen gradually, while negative events can be sudden and shocking. Finding balance in financial decisions. It's important to be realistic and not let pessimism control your decisions. Even when things seem bad, try to remember that they often get better with time. By keeping a balanced and optimistic view, you can make better long-term financial decisions. The role of luck and risk in success. Success isn't just about hard work or talent. Luck and risk play a big role too. Let's look at Bill Gates as an example. In 1968, there were about 300 million high school students in the world, but only 300 of them went to Lakeside, a small school in Seattle. Lakeside was the only high school that had a special computer, which gave Gates an early advantage in learning about technology. Gates was smart and hardworking, but he was also lucky to attend Lakeside. He even said in 2005 that without Lakeside, there might not have been a Microsoft. The impact of luck and risk on success. Luck and risk are like the winds that guide a sailboat. They can push you forward or off course, and they're often beyond your control. Gates's success was influenced by a rare stroke of luck, while his friend Kent Evans, who was just as brilliant, faced a tragic accident that ended his life early. Understanding the role of luck and risk can help us stay humble and make better decisions. When you're successful, remember that it's not just because of your actions. Luck and risk play a part too. And when you take advice from others, focus on general principles rather than trying to copy extreme examples, which might involve a lot of luck or risk. The true secret to happiness. Many people think that having more money will make them happy. But according to Housel, the real secret to happiness is freedom. The freedom to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. This freedom is more valuable than money, a big house, or a fancy job title. Even people who are richer than ever can feel trapped if they don't have control over their time. Research shows that managing your time well is the best way to feel happy and fulfilled. The real value of time. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water, but the bucket has a hole in it. No matter how much water you pour in, it keeps leaking out. Chasing money at the expense of your time is like trying to fill that leaky bucket. You'll never feel satisfied. In the same way, having lots of money won't make you happy if you don't have the time to enjoy it. When you're deciding how to spend or invest your money, make sure you're also thinking about how it affects your time. The ability to do what you love whenever you want is often more valuable than any material possession. The importance of tail events. Heinz Berggruen, one of the world's most successful art dealers, left Nazi Germany and moved to America. He collected works by famous artists like Picasso and Matisse, and made nearly 100 million euros when he sold part of his collection in 2000. But how did he manage to gather so many masterpieces? Was it skill, luck, or something else? According to a research firm called Horizon, successful investors like Berggruen buy a lot of art and hold on to it for a long time. Most of the art they buy isn't valuable, but they hope that a few pieces will become highly sought after. This strategy is about having a diverse collection and waiting for a few big winners to emerge rather than trying to be right all the time. Understanding the long tail. Sometimes, a few events account for most of the results in life and investing. These rare but impactful events are called long tails. Berggrun's wealth came from the long tails of his art collection. Just a few pieces made him rich. This idea applies to many areas of life and business. For example, venture capitalists invest in many startups, knowing most will fail. But the few that succeed can generate huge returns. The power of tail events in business. Take Amazon as an example. In 2018, Amazon, just one company, contributed 6% of the S&P 500's returns. Amazon's success was driven by two tail events, Amazon Prime and Amazon Web Services, which more than made up for the company's failures, like the Fire Phone. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder, understands the importance of tail events. After the Fire Phone failed, he didn't apologize to shareholders. Instead, he said, "If you think that's a big failure, we're working on bigger failures right now." Bezos knows that if you want big successes, you have to accept some failures along the way. When you see a successful product or person, you only see the result, not all the failures that came before it. For example, when you watch a stand-up comedian's Netflix special, you might think they're amazing and hilarious. But you don't see all the jokes that didn't work, the ones they tested in small clubs before putting together their final act. The special is just the 1% of jokes that were the best. Learning from tail events. Most of us overlook the power of tail events, but they're common in investing and other areas. Warren Buffett, for example, has made most of his wealth from just 10 of the nearly 500 stocks he's chosen. In life and business, it's normal to make mistakes or experience failures, but that doesn't mean you won't succeed in the long run. Often, just a few big wins can compensate for all the losses. It's essential to understand the difference between wealth and riches. Wealth is the money you save and invest, while riches are the money you spend on things like cars, houses, and jewelry. What you don't see, your savings, is more valuable than what you do see, your possessions. It's easy to assume that someone driving a Lamborghini is wealthy, but appearances can be deceiving. Many people live beyond their means, using debt to fund their flashy lifestyles. Real wealth is about the money you haven't spent yet. To build wealth, you need discipline and self-control. It's not about showing off what you have, it's about saving and investing for the future. Whenever you choose not to buy something expensive, you add to your wealth. Rich people who spend extravagantly are easy to spot, but true wealth is more elusive and harder to copy. Society often teaches us that having money means spending it, but the real key to wealth is saving and investing what you already have. Next time you see someone living in a big house or driving a luxury car, you know that looks can be misleading. The real secrets to wealth are saving, investing, creating valuable assets, and practicing self-control. Focus on building real wealth, not just the illusion of it. As we have explored throughout this video, money and wealth are not just about numbers or material possessions. They are deeply connected to human behavior, emotions, and the lessons we learn through our experiences. Whether it's the power of compounding that Warren Buffett mastered, or the humility that Kubera learned, the essence of wealth lies in understanding its true purpose. Wealth can lead to lasting success and fulfillment when managed with wisdom, patience, and a generous heart. However, when driven by ego, fear, or pride, it can become a burden rather than a blessing. Ultimately, the key to true wealth is balance. Balancing the pursuit of financial success with humility, generosity, and long-term thinking. By following these principles, we can ensure that our wealth serves us and the greater good, leading to a life of genuine prosperity and contentment. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. Press the bell button icon and like the video. Thank you and goodbye.